engaged in your community, I think, is tremendously important because there's a very fast-changing world out there, and as a faculty and as a chair, you want to be ready for giving your students the best possible education to get them ready to go out there.
The greatest gift I've had in terms of staying up to date has been my PD leave, which I'm on right now, and I've had the opportunity to spend the better part of a year so far reviewing literature, interviewing people who know more about evaluation than I do and have experienced it in different ways. And I'll be able to come back to the college so much fresher with fresh perspectives, current understanding of what the field's doing, and an opportunity to apply those in the classroom.
I always find that students seem to like it when they know that if you're taking a course or you've gone to something and you say, oh, I went to this conference last year and I learned this and now I want to share it with you. They really like that. They like to feel that they're not, you're not just trying to push things out on them. It's that you learn too, and that you're a student sometimes too.
I've always said that it involves a certain amount of generosity. You have to be a generous person in order to be a good teacher, because it's an act of giving, and this act of giving makes you like it.
Scholarly activities have a variety of different effects on faculty. First of all, I think it's just exciting. It's very exciting to see how you can go beyond what you have been doing for a couple of years and get engaged in maybe research or in a scholarly activity or in a scholarly leaf. And it's very exciting. It brings new elements of learning and teaching to our faculty. The second component I think is really fascinating is that it opens a whole new world. It eliminates different aspects of a position that you might have not thought were possible, and the position that I'm in is a good example of that. There are so many different components, and one might find themselves more at ease in a certain component because it's comfortable and you know what is happening. It's not until you open that door and you step through that door that you think, wow, there is so much more out there. And that then translates when we teach towards the students. This is everything that is out there. There is so many more things that you can do than just doing this or that. You can combine different things, and it creates for far more interesting positions. It creates far more interesting positions than just staying within that box, if I may describe it.
Doing applied research within our program, I think, provides students with an additional skill set once they come out of the degree program. So they've had their theoretical base, they've done their active learning, now they've gone through the process of what it means to do an applied research project, which helps them make better informed decisions. So they're working off of a model of the things that are evidence-based. So they know how to go through and make decisions around really key and critical questions that come from evidence, which I think is a tremendous skill set and benefit to students coming out of our program through applied research projects.
When you have an opportunity to bring some of the industry partners' challenges back into the classroom, it forces us to stay current because, they're not bringing yesterday's challenges in from industry, they're bringing today's challenges. And so as a group, myself, the students, even the industry partners, we're all going forward saying, how are we going to evolve this solution? How are we going to solve it using some of the latest and greatest technology, techniques, etc.
As soon as the college offered the capability and the possibility to be involved in applied research, I was immediately attracted to that because it was a natural continuation of my prior experience to coming into the college. And to tell you honestly, after 4 or 5 years of just teaching and focusing on the teaching job, I felt that I started to forget what I knew working in industry, and that was an alarm sign, and I thought, well, I better start doing something.
As a teacher, as a professor, you are an action researcher. You're researching all the time, and I think that it's, it's a joyful experience. It just helps you become a better teacher, and it helps you create a better learning environment and graduate the kind of graduates that that you hope for. I mean, all of us have learning outcomes that somewhere in there, are laced with this notion of lifelong learning. We talk about that all the time, and I think, scholarly work is about that. It's our lifelong learning, because when we are teachers, we are also learners, and I think it's important not to forget that.
In order for us to fulfill the dream of lifelong learning, we need to start today. We can bring our vocational experience to groups like the Research Ethics Board. We can start just a lunch and learn group with others in the college community. We can do that today, right? We can get involved with industry partners by going to industry events, getting involved in applied research, and bringing all of the stuff back into the classroom is very natural for us as educators, but most importantly, it has such a great effect for the students in our classrooms.
You know, find something that's not working in your teaching and learning, identify it, give it a name, work with somebody else, think about it, reflect on it, and find some literature that addresses it. Then I would say change something up in what you're doing based on that opportunity for learning for yourself.
At the college here, we have a very nice framework in place about scholarly activities, and actually just go through some of that and understand what the concept is about, and then have a conversation with your chair or with a mentor around you to see what attracts you, where do you have some ideas that could be expanded, and how do those ideas fit in the strategic plan of your school or department, and then move forward on that. The second part of advice I would have is that there is no wrong. When you move forward and you're interested in learning something more, it will always benefit yourself, your department, your students, and in doing so, the college and the community. So those would be my two pieces of advice in moving forward.